Welcome back to Life's a Garden. Today's guest is a gentleman I've known for over 5 years now. He's currently working in the trucking industry. He's traveled all over the world, both doing missionary work and just for the hell of it. He also happens to be 7 foot tall. And you can guarantee I have quite a few questions about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Sam Bochy. I feel like if you were a radio DJ, you would definitely be like that, like a jazz radio DJ or something like that.
I could see that. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I don't know any jazz musicians off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But
man, that'd be an interesting life. Doing radio. That'd be fun though.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that. I think if I did radio, I'd do like I would do like other stuff too, like voiceovers or stuff like that. But yeah.
In a world.
Exactly.
Tom Cruise in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on, man. Well, what's so you're doing, say your job again?
I'm a trucking broker, so basically how it works is a company like General Electric or Lockheed Martin or something like that, even some smaller companies will come to us and say, hey, I need this freight moved from Carson, California to Louisville, Kentucky. And they're like, how much is that going to be? Well, and then we look at trends, for that lane. A lane is basically a route, basically. So, from one point to another, sometimes there's multiple drops. But to simplify it, it's one pick, one drop for this load. And they need a flatbed trailer this length, and they need it moved from there to there. These are the dimensions of the load. And we look at trends. We look at how far it is, all that stuff, and we say, whether it's legal or oversized, and we say it's $7,000 to move that load. And they're like, okay, find us a truck. So my job is to find a truck to take that load, and I'll find a truck, and people will call in, or I'll find a carrier. A carrier is just a truck driver or a trucking company that'll take that load, and I'll sell the load for $5,500. And they'll negotiate with me and stuff like that, and say we end up at 57, I'll make a commission based on that
okay.
$1,300 profit.
Right on.
Of that load. So
now I got a question. How has the trucking industry been affected as far as not necessarily? I feel like everybody blames COVID. I blame stimulus stuff. Everybody just not wanting to work.
Yeah, I would say, well, for one, to answer your question, the trucking industry right now is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it is now. It's changing so fast. For one, the trucking industry is always changing. You constantly have to be adaptive. You constantly have to be, perceptive to change, and not just rates and prices of loads, but types of equipment. Some places are hard to send loads into because nobody wants to go there. And some loads, everybody wants to go there so you can get drivers there for cheap. But, your shipping point, nobody's there. Nobody sends freight there, so it's hard to find truck drivers in that area. So, that's all changing. But as far as, the past 6 to 8 months, it's just been insane.
For the good or the bad?
I would say for the bad, mostly because for one, a lot of truck drivers stopped driving. Because based on not just quarantine, COVID, stuff like that, but a lot of them, it's not worth it anymore. When the riots were going on in Portland, they would not drive through Portland, or if they had to drive anywhere close, they would just charge insane amounts of money or want insane amounts of money to go there or go through there.
Well, yeah, there was videos of dudes getting pulled out of trucks trucks getting commandeered, and that's
100%.
I don't blame a lot of guys for not wanting to do that. And it's if your city's gonna act like that, then yeah, I guess you're not getting whatever shipments are coming in.
Yeah, 100%. And I would say now it's leveling off, but I worked in the parcel industry. I worked for FedEx before this, and that's changing as well. Like during COVID, I would say the older generation discovered online ordering, and now everybody's just sticking to it. And everybody, not just Billings, but I would say the amount of parcel is just going higher and higher. Like there's more and more packages every day.
Well, that's kind of the route people are going for, just consumption in general.
Yeah, absolutely. Like even Walmart, like you don't even a lot of people don't even go into the store anymore. They just order on an app and go pick it up.
That car side stuff, yeah.
So I think the world is changing in general, not just my job, but
yeah, absolutely. And like I've heard a lot of stuff talking about trucking becoming automated, which is insane to think about, because if I'm not mistaken, trucking is like the number one industry as far as like jobs per state or whatever.
Everything's changing, and if that happens, automation, everybody gears towards automation because it's it's cheaper. Why would you pay a truck driver to do that if you can just have it all automated?
But it literally makes no sense to me to have automation where it's like, okay, so we're not paying people, so who's going to buy the goods?
Right.
The only way you could do it is a universal basic income. Like you just have to pay the citizens money to just consume product.
Yeah.
So why not make them work for it?
Right.
I mean, I guess to be fair, I'm fine with just making money and not working. Yeah. But it's like, it seems so, I don't know. I don't like saying that.
Right.
I think everybody would agree with that. Like, who doesn't want to just like go out and enjoy life and not have to work and you still make all the money you can.
Right.
But it's still, there's like a lazy, like, I don't know. It feels lazy to me.
Yeah, for sure. It's like the unemployment, argument. If you can make more money sitting at home, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I guess the only deterrent from that is having pride in your work or enjoying what you do. And I think everybody, there's a huge wave of entrepreneurs right now, and I think people are finally starting to understand that why not do something you're passionate about? Why do you have to do something so you can retire at 65?
Right.
And when I was in high school and college, I said I wanted to be, I wanted to have this much money by the time I was 30, 35 and retire and enjoy life. I'm like, why would you want to retire? Like, I got thinking about it more, and I was like, why would you want to retire at 35? Like, I started to realize that there's no purpose in that. Why wouldn't you want to enjoy something, like enjoy what you do for the rest of your life and make good money doing it,
Right.
And yeah, I think that's the ultimate goal, doing what you love.
Oh yeah, for sure. See, I found, I agree with you 100%. Like, I think everybody would want that. I found it, well, of course, everything I want to do is it's not like an everyday job. Like, I can't just go to college and like become a, like if I wanted to be a doctor, that's not my dream.
Right.
So it's like music, is, I like music. I like sports, things like that. Sports is obviously not it's not going to happen for me now. I've passed my prime on that, but so music is the thing for me now. And so the way I look at it is like, I do a job that I don't necessarily love, but I make good money to support my habit of the thing I love.
Right.
So there's that too.
Yeah.
But it's also, I recommend not doing a job you hate.
Right.
I definitely don't hate my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can do what you love and get paid for it, that's the ultimate dream.
Yeah. That's money, dude.
Yeah. Right on. So, wow, God, I was going to ask you another question about trucking. Do you ever think about driving?
I don't think I'd. That's such a different lifestyle that I just don't think I'm built for.
Right.
I really respect what truckers do. A lot of them are huge whiners.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have the utmost respect for truck drivers. I respect what they do. It's essential for everybody's way of life. But some of those truck drivers are some of the biggest whiners I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
But, I think it's partially because they're sitting in a truck all day, or they're sitting at a shipper or receiver for hours at a time, which is common. Right. And I think they just get frustrated or pissed off at people, and the next person they talk to, they're just, whining or going off. And
well, it's all about, time's money.
Right.
And the
Yeah,
more
exactly.
they can... Plus, if they're traveling all the way to wherever and they're that far from home, it's like the longer they wait, that's how much longer they're away from home.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's definitely an interesting profession.
Yeah.
I went on a truck driving... Like, I went down to Texas on a trip with somebody who was a truck driver, and that was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
It was like a week... Or it was like 4 to 5 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Went down to Austin. We were in Austin. The AC was broke in the truck,
Oh, no.
and it was 110 degree weather.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like roasting in this camper or in like the cab
The
or whatever.
slipper,
Yeah, dude, that was miserable. Woke up with a full bladder. We were already on the road. I'm like, "Where's the next rest stop?" Driver goes, "Oh, like 10, 15 miles." I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
But it was an interesting experience to like see that lifestyle, and I'll tell you what, best food in America are truck stops.
Really?
For real. Like, as far as just like dining food,
Yeah.
I'm not, obviously you can get like high quality cuisine, but other
Yeah.
places. But if you're just like talking like a general diner, oh dude,
Yeah.
top tier.
Diner food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think I'd like being away from home that much. I love traveling and stuff like that, but that's a different kind of traveling, Yeah,
because there's a lot of dangerous shit out there too on the roads too, as far as trucking. Like people, like we said, with like all the riot stuff, but that was like a little bit uncommon. But you still have people like who try and jack loads.
Yeah.
Or then I've heard dark tales about lots, like when you're like at a truck stop.
Yeah.
People trying to rob you, people trying to like hustle you out of whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have an initiative that we do at work, which is truckers against trafficking, and there's a lot of human trafficking at truck stops. It's kind of, people don't like to talk about it, but I truly believe that the world is not what people think it is, and I think when you start realizing those things, or you can start taking action against those kinds of things, but yeah, there's we even have an initiative about trucking because it's become such a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think there's more vigilantes, trucker vigilantes, I guess, out there now than it's a lot better than it used to be.
Well, there's something to be said about the power of the internet. I mean, there's a lot of darkness to it. There's a lot of things that it breeds a lot of anger and hate and stuff. But at the same time, it also breeds a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
It's like, how would we have heard about all this? And like, there's so much dark shit out there. And you gotta weed through the is it real, is it fake type of stuff. But there's a lot that's being brought to light that we would have never known without like widespread information.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's good on that aspect for things like that, and it's good that that's like an initiative that they're pushing for.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, well, my dad was a firefighter in Billings for 35 years. He's retired now, but some of the stories he's told me, and some of the stuff that goes on in Billings that people never hear about because it would just scare people, or like there's just so much that goes on in Billings. My sister's an EMT now. There's just so much that goes on in Billings that people don't know about.
And it's only gotten worse. I heard crime went up 400%.
Yeah,
in the last year. Like homicide crime.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always had issues with drugs and whatever, domestic violence, shit like that. Just like, but homicide was never one that like growing up was a really common
concern.
thing.
Yeah.
Even in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But these last few years has been.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where we've all definitely taken notice of it for sure.
And it's not just like a drug deal gone wrong or gang or something like that. It's like legit like
drive-bys,
stalker type shootings and like kidnappings and crazy, some weird shit.
Yeah,
people getting like taken out in like a field somewhere and just like buried in a shallow grave. Like that's dark.
Yeah, for sure.
And uncommon for this area. And a lot of it is drug based.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's more out there than we would like to know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, just what was it? Probably 5 years ago or something like that. It made the news. There was that body that was rolled up, headless in a rug, thrown off the side of the road.
Yeah.
And that's in city limits. Like, that was like the biggest news that, it hit Billings for a while, but now that stuff is becoming more and more common. And this kid that I was not really friends with, but acquaintances with, I'd hung out with him or gone to parties with him before, and he died in a shooting downtown. What was it? Probably a month ago.
Was that one that was behind hooligans?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So
I kind of heard about that, but like I didn't really. I heard several different renditions of that story.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I don't know entirely what went on, but yeah, kind of it's unfortunate, but
yeah, there was a kid who I didn't know him, but I went to school with his brother, and he just like got murdered in his driveway.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I think it was drug related or something like that, but I don't know. And it's like they just shot him right there in his driveway and then drove off.
Yeah, I would say a lot of times it is drug or gang related.
Yeah, but still, it's like, remember that lady in Laurel who literally got like stalked from her work, and like they followed her. Some guy followed her from her work and beat her to death.
Jeez, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, and then they couldn't find him for a while, and I mean, they did catch him eventually, but it's just like there was no motive. It was just murder.
Yeah.
That's what's scary, is when there's no motive.
Yeah.
It's literally just some psycho.
Yeah. No ex-husband or anything, just yeah.
Do you remember that Rory kid? Who that was a money thing. It was, I don't know if it was drugs or it was just like some kind of money thing. But they were up on the rims and they just started fighting and they beat him. They stomped him to death, and then they went and buried him out in Roundup.
Yeah.
Fucking
scary
nuts.
Shit.
Actually, you know what? Like thinking back to like crazy. There's not a lot of like big, like high profile murder cases around here. Do you remember? You've lived here a long time, right?
Yeah.
All your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Born and raised. Yeah.
Do you remember that that kid who stabbed those girls in those apartments down by like Fireside?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too until just a few months ago. Somebody brought it up, and I was like, "Damn!" Well, because my cousin was good friends with him. One of my cousins was like knew him well.
Yeah.
He was one of those kids who like hung out at Tilt wearing like the baggy pants and all that. You know, one of those kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, he chopped him up with a fucking sword.
The fuck.
And like that's so brutal.
Yeah, like it's. I'm laughing because it's hard to comprehend like the thought process of something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm pretty sure that was like on Dateline and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they were unrecognizable. Like that's how bad that shit was. And then, well, and I heard a rumor that his girlfriend had something to do with it, and then he covered up for her.
Huh.
Because
interesting. Yeah,
there's some weird thing. Scott Denning is his name, or Andrew Scott Denning.
Huh.
Something like that. Andrew Denning, that was his name.
Huh.
Yeah, he's serving life in Deer Lodge.
Huh.
And he was only like 19.
Jeez.
He was like 19 or 20.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was like the one that popped in my head when I was thinking about like high profile shit. But
yeah.
Not too much makes Dateline or
yeah, for real, especially out of here.
Those type of shows, but let's lighten the mood, huh? We're talking about murders and shit.
How'd we get here?
Yeah, right. Did you go to a concert last night?
No, this is Hill Climbs.
Oh, okay. Was that last night?
Yeah, it was last night. It's tonight too. It's a 2-day thing, but
is that in Columbus?
No, that was Nitro Nationals.
It's the one
Columbus. Yeah, this one is in South Hills
by the river.
Yeah.
Right on. My dad used to live up in there.
Yeah.
I think I've only been to that like twice.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
It is fun. It's a good time. It wasn't nearly as busy as I thought it was, as it used to be at least. Nitro Nationals is always busy in Columbus, but
yeah.
Great American, I remember growing up there, my dad used to take me there, and it was always busy, but I don't know if it'll be different tonight, but last night it was basically dead. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it's always a good time. Hill climbs are fun to watch.
God, I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Have you been to any concerts lately? Or I guess there's not really a lot going on.
No, I'm going to Headwaters Country Jam.
Where's that?
Three Forks.
Oh, okay. That's not part of Rockin' the Rivers, is it?
No. Yeah, it's a country music festival.
Oh, cool.
And then probably next April, I think I'm gonna go to a music festival in California. So
Which one?
I forget what it's called. The big one, the big country music festival.
Country music.
Yeah. Stagecoach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Who's all playing that?
Well, I'd have to look at the set list. But
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be cool though. I'm sure there's some big names.
yeah, for sure.
If
One
it's
of my friends that lives in California is like, "Do you want to go to this next year?" I was like, "Absolutely, I do."
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to go to like a big festival somewhere, and
Yeah.
I just always have all these different things I want to do, and I end
Yeah.
up doing like half of them.
Yeah.
So you gotta spread it out a little bit, otherwise you go broke quick.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't live in a big city, man. I
Yeah.
just want to do everything.
Yeah, 100%. I guess I did go to that country music concert with like Colt Ford and it was at the Metro.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's
I knew there was one at the zoo recently.
No, this was, what was it? Yeah, it was a little bit ago.
Okay. Are you gonna go to
A
Luke
couple
Combs?
months ago. Probably not. I mean, I didn't buy a ticket, but and I did go to Ian Munsick at the Red Ox Lawn. That's a cool venue, by the
Dude,
way.
I've been wanting to play there.
Yeah, it's a nice venue. It's
We
a
were
lot bigger
trying
than I thought it
to
was.
play with Hinder, because Hinder's playing there here in like, I think, a couple days,
Yeah.
and somebody's already playing it with them. So,
Mm.
but I would like to just play a show there anyway, like
Yeah.
just even if it's a bunch of local bands,
Yeah.
because that looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. I drove by and I was like,
It looks
kind of small
dinky.
for a venue. But you walk in, it's nice. They got
Yeah.
a good venue there.
Wonder how many it holds.
I think the capacity is like 300, something like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But it's on that lawn, like it's all like
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
and sloped up, and
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll have to check it out sometime. Go see a show or something.
Yeah. I think Billings needed a good outdoor venue.
Well, I've been hearing that they might put out there's talks that where the old horse track race, where
Which one?
just the old
yeah.
grandstands.
Yeah, yeah.
They have a bunch of plans for that whole area, and one of them is a outdoor amphitheater,
Really?
like a
That'd
big,
be sick.
kind of like the one in Missoula.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we could use that.
Oh, you could it's kind of one of those places, like I imagine it'd be one that the act is big enough to play. It's too big to play like Pub Station, but not big enough to play Metro.
Yeah.
You can put it right there.
Yeah.
Because they don't hardly do shows at the Shrine anymore.
Yeah.
The zoo's been kind of alright.
Yeah.
I've never been to a show there,
Yeah, me either.
but I've heard it's okay.
Yeah.
And then this Red Ox is nice. It's nice for like, it's like the Pub Station equivalent of an outdoor venue.
Right, yeah, exactly. For sure. But I did look at the prices there. It's like $7 for a beer and like $14 for a hot dog. But,
Sounds about right.
That's pretty standard, I guess.
Especially now, everyone's trying to just
Yeah.
get back on track, I guess. But it doesn't help when you're having to pay that.
Yeah.
It'd almost be cheaper to make it $5,
Yeah.
or you make more money almost.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'd be cheaper. I don't know why I said that. That was
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. More people would buy if it was cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Aaron Lewis in Big Timber,
Oh, yeah.
and the beers were like normal price.
Really?
I even told him, I was like, I didn't tell him, I was like, Jesus, only like $25 for whatever I got, like 8 beers.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I expect to pay like $50, but okay.
Yeah.
So, I feel like you make more money doing that just because
Yeah.
nobody I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter anyway because people are going to drink regardless.
Right. Yeah. I think there's definitely a balance, but when you start yeah, I guess when you charge that much, I could go into the business aspect, but there's a ratio. If you charge too little, you won't make as much money, but if you charge too much, people will stop buying it.
Yeah.
There's definitely a fine line there, but
How was Daisy Dukes last night?
I didn't go to Daisy Dukes last night.
I thought I had a pretty high percentage chance of being right about that.
It's it's funny because I just enjoy dancing or drinking there, but it's funny because especially when I worked at Roadhouse, people would come in. They're like, "You're the guy that works at Duke's." And I'm like, "I don't work there. I'm just there a lot."
Yeah. Well, it's like every time I don't go there very often, but every now and again I get drug over there.
Yeah.
But every time I go there, you seem to be there.
Yeah. I've been going less. There's a period of time where I'd go 3-4 times a week.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
It's fun to go out. Like the way I look at it, because sometimes I do the same thing. I'll go to Hooligans. It's my spot I like, or the Crystal.
Yeah.
And so there's been times where I'll go 3-4 nights a week, and it's like eventually you kind of get burned out, and I start thinking about it, it's like, damn, am I like a fucking alcoholic, or like am I just like, is this my life? And I'm like, I think about it, it's like, if I'm gonna do that, now's the time to do it. I'm not gonna do it when I'm 40.
Right.
That's the time to chill and hang out at home and do all that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a happy medium, because I found myself in a spot where, I work through the week. I might do some stuff on weekday nights, stuff like that. But, you drink Friday night, you spend all day Saturday recovering or relaxing. You do the same thing Saturday night, and by that time your weekend's gone. You got to work again.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's expensive. But
that's true.
But especially when you drink as much as I do.
Well, yeah, it probably it takes extra to get you drunk.
Yeah. But
well, I mean, like you said, there's a happy medium.
For
you just
sure.
gotta prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're choosing to go out and drink and do all that stuff over like responsibilities, yeah, you might be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly.
I think if you put your head to it and decide, because it's good to have a release and go out and have fun. And
yeah, I definitely have nothing against having a good time, but there's definitely a happy medium.
Yeah.
And my friends and I, one of my friend groups and we prefer to drink with an excuse, like the hill climbs or going to a concert or floating the river or something like that. We would prefer to be doing something while we're drinking.
I agree. It's a social
makes it more
thing.
Fun. Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. I'm not like I never sit here and just drink a beer and watch TV.
Yeah.
Like, I always have to be like out or karaoke or doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Dancing.
Yeah. 100%.
Or it's funner with people too.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be with a group of people.
Yeah.
So, I get that completely.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you feel less of like a piece of shit. Because
and less of a waste of time, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and it justifies it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when I feel like I've gone too far. Is if I'm sitting here by myself just watching a movie and drinking a beer, just to drink a beer, like that's when I've lost where I want to be.
Yeah, if you find yourself like drinking beer before you go to sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've got friends that, I'm like, you gotta chill out.
Oh, dude, I
find yourself in a rough place.
I got a buddy who, after on a Wednesday night, the next day I'll be like, "Hey, what'd you do last night?" And he's like, "Went home and drank half a bottle and just chilled." And I'm like, "What?"
That doesn't sound fun to me.
No, yeah, it's like how is that a night?
Yeah.
You just hung out at home drinking whiskey?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not my idea
not my speed either.
Of a good night.
But I actually had a buddy that I hung out with him for a few months, and I'm not joking you. I have never seen him sober. Oh. Like, he would wake up, start drinking, like, and still drunk from the night before. Like, I had never seen him sober. Yeah, it was like it like sunk in, and I was like, I definitely don't want to end up there.
How's he doing now?
As far as I know, like, I see him. I don't talk to him anymore, but I see him posting Snapchats and stuff like that. So
still alive then?
Yeah, at least
so that's good.
At least still doing stuff. So, but yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely think drinking socially is more my speed, and I think you're the same way. I'm so extroverted. Like, that's what I enjoy. Like, just being around people. I don't care if we're going to the fucking DMV. Like, I just wanted to hang out with people.
Drinking at the DMV. That's a good way to get your license. No, I know what you mean. Like, it's just, like you said, just driving, just going on a drive with somebody or anything.
Yeah.
Just getting out.
Yeah.
And every now and again, I like a night in, but
yeah, for sure.
It definitely, everything's funner with somebody else.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Do you have a girlfriend or?
No,
okay.
I don't.
Same here.
They wish. But yeah. No, I'm single. I've been single for a while, but I'm not mad about it, you know. I'm picky enough that, you know, I just refuse to settle. You know, there's been people.
Why should you?
Yeah, there's people that have been interested, or you know, I've gone on dates and stuff like that, or started talking to somebody, but you know, it's gonna take the right kind of person to get me out of my singleness, and I think you can relate to that. But yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I've definitely come to the point where I realize what I want, and I'm not going to settle for less.
Right.
Because I'm happy. It'd be different if I was unhappy with where I'm at. Like, I'm totally fine where I'm at in my life. So it's like you said, it's going to take somebody special to pull me out of that.
Right.
And that's fine. Like, I have no problem accepting somebody into my life.
Yeah.
It's just got to be the right person.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, am I happy single? Yes. Do I want a relationship? Absolutely. But it's gonna take the right conditions to get you out of there. But
not desperate enough to just settle for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm not gonna waste my time.
Exactly.
But,
I've done that before.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I've been there. But yeah.
Right on. I wanted to bring up the Denver trip.
Oh, dude.
Because I was just talking about it with somebody last night, actually. Because we were talking about hockey and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just like thinking about hockey games I went to.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about... just for anybody listening, let's start from the beginning. So, we all... You, me...
Brandon, Caden, Jamie, Alex, and there was somebody else there.
Kyle?
Well, yeah, Kyle was there.
Did you say Kyle?
I feel like there was another girl.
Kyle's girlfriend
at the time. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun trip. There was like...
Blast, man.
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun. What did we have? Like 2 Camaros and a Camry?
Yeah. We're driving... And Kyle had a radar sensor.
Yeah.
So we were just flying.
Yeah, racing to Denver.
Yeah. Now, here's what I want to say about the Camaros. Sam, if you couldn't tell, is a taller gentleman. So he had to sit up front because those back seats are tiny.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're sitting back there.
Yeah, there's no room.
And
it's Brandon's car.
Yeah, so he's driving. So who gets stuck in the tiny back seat but me? You had to pull your seat all the way back.
And you're not a small guy either.
No. But still, it's like... And you had to have your seat all the way back. So I had to be behind Brandon. And I was just cramped up in like a freaking tuna can this whole time.
All the way to Denver.
I ended up getting a sunburn on my neck because that little window.
Yeah, that.
And I couldn't like do anything about it. I'm just like, I don't know. It was still fun though.
Yeah, it was
we had a lot of fun driving. Like, I love road trips.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just love going places in general.
Yeah.
Denver's always fun, for sure.
The trip back was fun too.
Yeah.
We were laughing a fuck ton.
Yeah.
I don't think
making all kinds of jokes.
Yeah. I don't think I've laughed quite that hard on a road trip.
Dude.
But
it was a good time for sure.
So one thing that I was thinking about was the hotel.
Dude, that's what I love. I love friends like that where you can just have fun even in the hotel room.
Yeah.
You know, like, but yeah.
Like I thought when we booked those rooms, I thought there was 2 actual beds.
Yeah.
But one of them was a fold-out couch.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool that there was like a kitchen and the whole setup and whatnot. But like we had to like rotate who got to be in the bed.
Yeah.
I remember, God, I don't know. It might have been the last night we were there, but it was one of the nights. Was it you and Brandon were on the...
I think it was Brandon, yeah.
We're on the futon.
Yeah.
And...
I still have your Snapchat from the next day when you're like impersonating me and you have like the hat drawn on yourself.
Oh man, you might have to send that to me.
I will.
I might have to put that in on here. I'll have to edit it in.
I will.
So what was it though?
Well, I was joking with Brandon about, because I had my gun with me, and I was joking about Brandon. I was telling him to get on the futon because I was going to sleep on the bed, and I was joking about shooting him. That he's going to sleep on the floor, and then you sent a snap like this is after the trip was over, like the day after or something like that.
I do remember. I kind of remember this. Yeah.
And you sent me a Snapchat saying like I'm 7 feet tall. I'm gonna shoot you with my gun, or you're sleeping on the floor or some shit like that.
I kind of remember that.
I'll have to find it.
That's pretty funny.
And then I also have another Snapchat saved from that trip that Brandon took. I'm literally sitting on top of the fridge.
Yes.
Like a chair, sitting on top of the fridge. And the caption says, "Why? Because Sam."
Remember when Brandon was eating
such a good
popcorn
trip.
in the freaking bed?
Yeah.
I remember, like, because that was the night I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were... No?
I think you went to go grab beer or something like that.
Well, I remember I spent a night with my cousin.
Right, yeah.
I don't remember what you guys got fucked up.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember right, I had to buy beer for everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody was, like,
Yeah, I think we're
20.
all underage, yeah.
Like, barely. It wasn't
Barely,
like...
yeah.
But yeah, so don't throw me in jail. I might edit that out. I don't know. But no, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was... What else happened? Oh yeah, but Brandon got fucked up that night.
Oh yeah, he was hammered.
But he was eating popcorn in the bed, and I remember I was just like chilling in the bed, waiting to like go do whatever we were doing the next day. And I'm like, why is there popcorn in here? And because I guess Brandon was just like throwing popcorn up and like missing it. Oh,
Yeah.
Man, that was funny.
That was a good trip.
And
sure.
Brandon was throwing up. You guys
Yeah.
went and got like breakfast sandwiches or something.
Oh yeah. How long were you there? Like 4 days, something like that.
3 or 4. I think it was 3 nights, 4
Yeah.
days, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and then oh, and you got sick too on freaking Hooters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that briefly.
Because we had Hooters when we went, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we were walking to the stadium,
Yeah.
or we were walking like in that direction,
Yeah.
and you and somebody else were like, "Man, I do not feel good."
Yeah. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Man, how long ago was that? Like
It's like 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I got sick too when I went out with my cousin.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I threw up in his bathroom, and I remember I was walking downtown the next day, hung over, like just. I literally felt so disheveled. I'm just like wandering downtown like this like fool because I'm trying to get a ride.
Yeah,
back.
and we drove by you, and you're just walking down the sidewalk.
You were with Caden.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We're like, Dakota?
of all people to see
Yeah.
in downtown Denver, like
Yeah.
1.3 million people in Denver, and there's you. Because I saw the Camaro, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I come running up, I'm like, hey guys.
We're like going to get breakfast. You're like, hey, what's up? Walking
He's like, well, you want to ride? I was like, I already called
They
it.
go pick this homeless guy up.
Yeah, right. That's how I felt. I felt like just like, so out of it.
Yeah.
But it was a fun trip, man.
Yeah, we need to do it again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Especially now that everything's kind of winding back up and
Yeah.
go down and see a baseball game. Because yeah, we saw the baseball game too. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, I was talking about with the hockey game. You got like a free shirt.
Yeah.
We were getting free pizza.
My first pro hockey game.
Yeah.
My first NHL game. Yeah.
And we were sitting. We had good seats.
Yeah.
And
That
it was
a fun game.
It was like the last game of the season or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's why they were doing all these like giveaways and stuff,
Yeah.
throwing out T-shirts and shit.
Yeah.
You still have that shirt?
Yeah, I do. It's too small for me now. But
Yeah, well, 'cause that's crazy to think about.
yeah.
You got bigger,
Yeah. I wasn't small then either.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you taking a picture with... Did you take a picture with, like, Brandon's shirt on?
It was, yeah, I think it was Brandon's. It was
like a
somebody's
tiny little shirt. It was like a crop top
It
on
was
you.
like, it had like a kitten on it. I
Yep.
still have that picture too.
That's awesome.
But, yeah.
I want to see that snap now so bad.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll try to find it. But,
Do you remember the last time you were in this house?
I think it was for a Broncos game.
It was for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you almost took that wall out.
Really?
Yeah, because you showed up already. You had been, like, pre-gaming.
Yeah.
And you brought, like, 2 girls.
I did.
Yeah, 2 really hot girls. And, like, you were just sitting in that chair, and you were just, like, you, like, leaned back and fell back into the wall.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I
And
don't remember who I was with though.
Couple girls. They might have been from your work or something, because you said it was, like, a work party that you went to.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, and you tried to come to the back door. We thought we were getting robbed, because you were, like...
Some giant man trying to break in my house.
Yeah, because I have the washing machine in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that was funny, too.
Yeah.
It was some good times.
What can I say? I'm a good time.
Yeah. Well, there's better than being a Debbie Downer and like
True.
never wanting to hang out with you because you bring the mood down.
Yeah.
I'd rather have somebody who's always fun. And,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little too wild.
What's too wild?
Yeah. Well, it's all about perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans for this summer?
Well, I'm going to Sturgis in a couple
that'll
of
be fun.
weeks. My birthday's next weekend.
You taking a bike there or are you driving?
Nah. I have a bike, but I need to learn how to ride it.
Yeah.
My dad gave me a bike, and I'm just so cautious getting on one. Like, I know so many people who've died on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I grew up riding motorcycles, and I just, recently sold my last one, and I'm gonna get another one. But riding is one of those things. Like, yeah, I understand it's dangerous, but it's just something I'm so passionate about. Like, I'm not gonna stop doing it. Like,
Sure.
And I've got friends that hate me riding and don't want me to ride, or they've got family that have died riding, and I'm like, if I die riding or go to the hospital riding, like, just understand, like, that's a risk that I'm willing to take by riding. And a lot of the danger of riding motorcycles is not the motorcycle rider.
It's
Sometimes it
everyone
is.
else.
It's everyone else.
Well, and that's where I'm sure if I'm confident enough to ride it around, I'm not going to do it and not be good at it.
Right.
But yeah, my fear is everyone else.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's just, maybe eventually I'll get to there, but
Yeah.
I need to learn how to ride it first.
It's something else. I love riding a motorcycle.
I would prefer to be able to ride one down there because I went a couple years ago and it's way easier to get around.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle.
Easier to park. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. So I tried to get around in my car last year, but I'll have my truck this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm thinking I might. They have like rental spots, so I think I might rent one of those like Polaris.
Yeah.
Spiders or whatever.
Yeah. One of the slingshot things.
Or something like that. And I might just ride that around.
Yeah. There you go.
Rent it for the day and just ride around town.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, we're going down for like 3 days.
Sweet.
So going down with my dad, and then, like I said, my birthday's next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So partying up for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of take it chill this weekend because I know it's gonna
be wild.
get a little hard next weekend.
Yeah. My birthday's in a month. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
when's that?
the 23rd. I think that my birthday's like a Monday, but my family has a timeshare in Fairmont Hot Springs.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go down there and celebrate my birthday. Sit in the hot springs, do the slide, do some golf and stuff like that. But
Sweet.
go to Phillipsburg. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love Phillipsburg.
Oh, Phillipsburg's the best.
It's such a cool little town.
Oh, it is. They got a nice little brewery. The candy shop's cool.
The candy shop is dope.
Yeah.
Everyone raves about Red Lodge Candy Shop.
Doesn't hold a candle to Phillipsburg.
Not even close.
Yeah, the Sweet Palace.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We went there a couple of years in a row, and they've shot a couple movies there actually.
Yeah, they have.
It's just like one of those little touristy towns.
Yeah.
And it's like right on a hill.
Yeah.
All that, dude. It's super cool.
Yeah, and there's a ghost town right outside Phillipsburg.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
They have that diamond mine out there.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's
Sapphire.
Gem Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I've done the sapphire mining.
Where you like shake it up in the water and all that. That's super interesting.
Yeah, and they also have like a mining hill. I think it's the diamonds. But yeah, we go out there and you're probably not going to find any big diamonds, but yeah, they're pretty cool.
I've heard people like finding if you find a ruby in there, you're set. Or like a pink sapphire. Those are like the rare ones.
Yeah.
And I remember one time sometimes you find a nice big one that's cuttable.
Yeah.
They're like you can get some money out of that.
Yeah.
I think you pay like what, $20 a bucket.
Something like that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That they do that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's on you to get it cut.
Right.
And do all that, or they'll cut it for you and then you pay it them.
Yeah. And I think also the chances of you finding stuff is pretty low. But,
right. It's just fun to do though.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's an interesting process.
Yeah. There's so much history in Butte too.
Butte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the other things we do.
Okay.
When we go there.
Not my favorite place.
Well, it's not the prettiest place.
But, I mean, I guess my beef, if anything, with Butte is like, it's all family related. It has nothing to do with the actual town itself. But.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, it's you're right. It's full of history. I mean, that's where Evel Knievel's from.
Yeah.
And they do the Evel Knievel days there.
Did you know that Evel Knievel used to work for the mine, and he got fired from the mine for doing a wheelie in a skid loader?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have never heard that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What, at like the
At the Butte mine.
yeah, what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. What do they mine there? Copper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly copper.
Well, I know it's Berkeley Pit.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Well, I think that's like the.
It's like the mine.
Yeah, it's around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
So you go do that too then?
Yeah, that and Georgetown Lake.
Dude, you're saying all the stuff that I've done all that stuff. Georgetown Lake is dope.
Oh, that's one of my favorite places to go. We take
Yeah.
our jet skis and our dogs down there, and there's a nice little bar there. There's with some food and stuff, but yeah, Georgetown Lake is amazing.
It's super cool.
I'd love to buy a house there.
Oh man. Well, I don't know if it's been years since I've been there, but the Budweiser, there was like the Budweiser house there, like whoever, like the head of Budweiser owned a house right there, and I've heard Oprah owned a house on that lake too at one point.
There are some big houses. We went there last year. There's some big houses on that lake.
Fuck yeah.
Brian Schweitzer owns a house there. There's I think some big artist like Christina Aguilera or something like that owns houses there. There's a lot of celebrities that have houses there.
Oh yeah.
There's some nice houses. But
well, it's a beautiful spot.
it is.
And then
not a lot of people know about Georgetown Lake or don't go there, they just drive past it.
Definitely a hidden gem as far like everyone knows Flathead and
Yeah. Tongue, Canyon Ferry, Yellowtail,
Cooney.
Yeah.
But Georgetown is one that whenever somebody says that, my ears perk up because I'm like, oh shit, I know that one.
Yeah.
Another one too is like Lake Mary Ronan.
Never heard of it.
It's in Kalispell.
Oh really?
But like everyone looks past it because it's always about Flathead.
Everything's about Flathead.
Mm-hmm.
I love Flathead, but
oh, I do too. I love that whole area.
And Lake McDonald, one of my, we had a family friend that had a cabin up there. Beautiful lake.
Yeah.
Used to do some crawdad fishing in there.
Oh wow. The last time I was at Georgetown, here's a funny story for you. We were jet skiing. We had like a tube that we were pulling on the back and whatnot. And I don't know what the hell happened to me. Like I was spotting. So I'm like on the back watching the dude on the tube just to, if he falls off, let the guy know.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like zoning out. I don't know what came over me. And like it felt like I blacked out for a minute because I just like fell off the back. I'm sitting there and like I'm feeling like the waves and the shaking of the.
It's like hypnotizing.
Kinda, yeah. I think that might have been it.
Yeah.
And like I just like leaned forward and just fell right in. Luckily, we were on a turn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have got smoked by the
tube.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they come over. They're like, "What the hell happened?" I was like, "I don't know. I just fell off." But like in my head, the way I look at it is just me going, just leaning forward and just face first right into the water.
Yeah. Why? I've been to the lake a few times this summer, and one of my buddies just bought a couple new jet skis, and I have a couple jet skis as well. And a bunch of my other friends have boats. So there's like, this time we didn't take all the boats. We had like 3 boats and 4 jet skis, and the buddy that had the new jet skis brought his girlfriend, and she's like not comfortable or not. I mean, she's driven the jet skis before, but not like comfortable with them. And I was like giving his jet ski back, and he's already on one, so she gets the other one. Mm-hmm. And so I hold the handlebar for her while she gets on, and it's running, but it's in neutral, so it's not going forward or backward. And she gets on, clips in, and I put it in gear. And it's not like moving fast, like it's like close to the boat, but not super close. And she just guns it and like straight towards the boat. I thought I was standing on the back of the boat, and I like dive off the boat. I thought she was gonna freaking kill me. But yeah, it was a good time. We always have a good time. And then we went to to Tongue.
Uh-huh.
This was Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
And we were out there for the whole weekend. But there were literally we had the 4 jet skis and like 5 or 6 boats out there. It was a good time.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, it gets kind of chaotic when there's that many watercraft in one area.
Yeah, that's true. But as long as you're having fun, as long as you're being safe and whatnot. Yeah. So that's cool though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do the lake, Phillipsburg, that whole loop, or what?
Yeah, we'll probably spend a day doing each one. A day doing Phillipsburg and Georgetown, and then a day just relaxing. Probably a couple days relaxing.
Cool.
Might go for a bike ride or do some hiking or something. They got tandem bikes at Fairmont.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Where's Fairmont?
Towards Butte, like past Butte.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, out in the middle.
I've never been there.
It's like almost to Anaconda.
Okay. So. Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I get them all mixed up, man.
Yeah.
I don't do enough. I always thought it would be super cool to do like a week, maybe even 2-week trip. And I think we were talking about it on the trip when we went to Denver. To like, just hit up all like the major, just make a big loop of Montana.
Yeah.
And just kind of check out all the historic spots, and
yeah,
you could go up through Helena and then around to Flathead, down.
See Glacier.
Yeah. Glacier, then come down to like Missoula, go through Phillipsburg and all that stuff, do all that, and then end up in like you go to Bozeman and then end up in Yellowstone and then just come back home.
Yeah.
So that'd be
skip the High Line in the east half of the state.
Yeah.
There's nothing up there.
Not much to see there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I always thought that would be like a cool thing to do, and I just never.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You just like I've also realized that life is what you make it. Like your life becomes what you do in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't, everybody at the beginning of summer they're like, I want to do this summer. I want to go to the lake. I want to go hiking. I want to go backpacking. I want to take a trip to Vegas or whatever a person wants to do. But if you don't plan it, if you don't actually do it, it's not going to happen.
Right.
You're going to end up sitting at home or end up at the bar all summer long,
Yeah, you can fantasize about it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
I'll do it next weekend or in 2 weeks when everybody has time off,
Yeah, you got to pull that trigger.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to plan it. You got to book the flight. You got to do whatever you need to do, but you got to do it,
Well, I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah, I am too.
I just went down to San Antonio about a little over a month ago, and the whole time before I bought the ticket, I was like, oh, should I? Like, maybe I'll wait till later, or I don't know. Just playing the whole money, blah blah blah. It's like, and then it just dawned on me. It's like, what's this money gonna mean to me when I'm dead?
Yeah.
Like, you got to spend it and enjoy it. Like, it's smart to, be frugal and think about your money and be financially smart.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a time when you
have to enjoy your money.
Yeah, spend it, man.
Yeah.
And so I went down. It was a blast. It really didn't cost me that much money, and it was a great time. I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, I'm good with money just because of the way my parents raised me, but you just got to enjoy your money.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're making adult money, like, you got to enjoy it.
Well, especially when
you're
you're
going to get burnt out.
I mean, yeah, and when you have the freedom of not having a girlfriend or not having responsibilities as much, like everyone has responsibilities, but when they're not like kids or things like that, like spend the time now and go have fun.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the other day, like, I don't, so many of my friends are getting married and having kids and doing all that, so it's like it's hard to get them to go do stuff.
Right.
Well, I was thinking I'm like, fuck, I might just start going on trips by myself.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Go to Vegas by myself, or it doesn't sound as fun, but you can make it fun. You just gotta
it'd be a different kind of fun.
Yeah. And it's like, I have no problem. Like, I'll go down to the bar by myself, knowing not in a sad way to just sit and watch a game by myself, but I'll make conversations with people.
Yeah, and you're always gonna know people, or find people, make friends and
that
stuff.
Too, yeah.
That's part of the fun.
No, and I've come to realize that real quick. The last few times I got dragged to Daisy Dukes was literally because both times I ran into people from out of town Like they just happened to be sitting next to me. I'm like, well, what's fun to do around here? And I'm like, well, let's make I'll show you around. Like, so we ended up going to Crystal, having a drink there. Then we end up going to Duke's. It's like just do the walk down on Broadway there.
Yeah.
But that's it's just making friends with people at the bar, and that's fun. And it's like, no, they're not going to be my lifelong friends.
Right.
But it's an interesting thing to do for a night.
Yeah.
So to do that in Vegas, God, you don't know who you might end up meeting.
Yeah.
That could be good or bad.
Dude, I went to Vegas just as a family trip. I think we were celebrating my mom's birthday or something. And I told my parents, I was like, I'm just gonna go down to the casino or just walk down to find a show or something. My parents were going to bed, so I was like walking out. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bar or something. And I walked down. I'm walking down the strip, like towards Caesar's Palace, and I see my buddy AJ, who's from Montana. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm here for a bachelor party." And so we just ended up hanging out. We went to Coyote Ugly. I made out with some 38-year-old woman. It was a good time. I mean, it's just memories like that,
Yeah.
And it's crazy, seeing people or making friends, or I think that's part of the fun. And it's hard for me to embrace going somewhere by myself because I'm so extroverted. Mm-hmm. But I think there's something beautiful to be said about being able to just go somewhere by yourself, or being comfortable with being by yourself. And I know a lot of people prefer their alone time, but a lot of people say I need my time alone to refuel and socially, but like being around people and hanging out with people, that is my fuel. Like that is what fills me up,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm so extroverted. But
have you heard of that thing where you can you pay for the flight and like hotel up front, but you don't know where you're going until like the day of?
Oh, I've heard about that.
I've always thought that
fun.
because like you fill out a survey or something like that, and it kind of decides like places that would be fun for you.
Yeah.
That you might not go.
Right.
I think you fill out places you've been so that they don't choose that.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do you enjoy doing? I like sports. I like breweries, or I like
that'd be so much fun.
hikes, rivers, things like that. And then they kind of just decide where are some places that you might never go. And it's not always like New York. It'll be like somewhere in Vermont or somewhere in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I always thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I've heard they do that with cruises too. Like going down to different islands or whatever.
I've never been on a cruise, and I always thought that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I've been on like dinner cruises and stuff like that, but never like a big royal cruise.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
I also want to go to Canada. Like, I've never been to Canada.
Yeah, I've been to Canada a couple times.
I'd rather...
I went to Niagara Falls. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would much rather go to Canada than Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mexico would be fun, but I don't know. I just...
Yeah, I think it'd be definitely a different kind of vacation.
It's also just one of those things where, like, Canada's right there.
Yeah.
Like...
For us, yeah.
We could literally drive there.
Yeah.
I'd rather fly, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, go to Vancouver, go to Edmonton, something like that.
Yeah, Calgary.
Toronto, I've heard, is really fun, too.
Yeah. And Banff is up there. I want to go skiing in Banff. That'd be so much fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you're a big skier or not. But
I've snowboarded a couple times. I'd like to try skiing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be better at that.
Yeah.
I suck at snowboarding.
Yeah.
The last time I went, dude, my legs were burning.
Yeah.
I think I went down 3 times. We went to Red Lodge. I went down 3 times, and then I was just like, I'm drinking at the lodge.
Yeah. Sometimes it goes that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on skis basically since I could stand, so it's more fun when you're good at something,
For sure.
But yeah.
I feel like I'd enjoy skiing.
Yeah. It's fun.
I feel like you have more control.
Yeah. There's an old adage that says skiing is easier to learn, harder to master. Snowboarding is harder to learn, easier to master.
I see.
Which I think that holds true.
Okay.
Snowboarding's lame.
You don't like snowboarding?
I did snowboarding. It's just not my speed.
Sure.
There's some people that love it, but
yeah, I mean, I don't do either very... Obviously, I've never skied, but like I don't... I've been snowboarding 3 times in my life. So, I know a lot of people who like to go. So, I get talked into going. I just rent the equipment when I get there.
Yeah.
But...
And it was, I've done... I used to do skateboarding when I was really little. I've done surfing, and snowboarding is fun. It's just not as fun as skiing, for me, at least.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, any since we're talking about trips, you got any other like big trips in mind?
Well, I was planning to go to California this year, but I think I'll just go during Stagecoach.
It's kind of a rough time for California's so weird right now.
It is. It is weird. Yeah. I don't have anything planned at the moment. I want to plan a trip to Japan.
Ooh,
in the
that
next
would be
couple of years.
super cool.
Yeah, that's one of the places I haven't been. Have you been out? Have you been out of the country?
Never.
Never. Oh man, you gotta.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying, Canada.
Yeah.
But no, if I had to go anywhere out of the country, Ireland would
Yeah.
be one of my go-tos. Ireland,
Ireland's dope.
England, Scotland. Like, go check out that whole area.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I've been to Ireland.
Have you?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Where'd you go there?
So we flew into Galway, or we flew into Shannon, and then went to Galway, which is like this little college town.
Okay.
We stayed there for a couple nights, and then there's this loop all the way around the island.
Mhm.
There's like the Ring of Kerry, and you can take a drive. So we basically spent. If I were to do it again, I would spend more time doing it. Like we were there for like 10 days.
Mhm.
I would spend like 3 weeks doing it. But we stayed at like a different place each night, and made our way through the Ring of Kerry, which was wild. Like the roads are literally bike lanes, and there's like two cars going both directions. There's big buses and stuff
That's what I've
on
heard.
the mountains, but it's beautiful. It's just as beautiful as the pictures look, and
Super green.
yeah. So
Wet.
yeah, it's beautiful there. And then spent some time in Belfast and Dublin.
How's Dublin?
Dublin's cool.
Is it like like big city?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a full blown city. Went to the Guinness Storehouse. It's definitely a different vibe. You got to be careful in places like that because the IRA is definitely still has a huge presence.
Really?
I don't know if you know this, but there's IRA in Billings too. Yeah, but because the reason I know that is because my buddy, he lives in Laramie now, but my buddy, his dad is from Ireland, still lives in Ireland, and he has friends that are members of the IRA that live here.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you got to be careful in Dublin and Belfast because there's definitely a huge IRA presence. They're kind of dormant, but they're definitely still doing stuff. But I think it's less. Yeah, there's definitely still a presence there, so you just got to be careful. And there's a lot of gang stuff there too.
Well, that seems like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna avoid that.
Yeah.
Especially in a big city.
Yeah. I think traveling anywhere you got to be careful.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that'd be where I would want to go if I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Italy would be cool.
Yeah.
Like
I would love
Italy.
to go to Italy.
Huh?
I would love to go to
Yeah.
Italy.
Greece.
Yeah.
I'd like Greece. Germany would be cool.
Yeah. I went to Thailand.
Ooh.
That was sick.
Right on.
It was my first Asian country. Definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gave me a lot of perspective, and it's crazy how different people live their lives.
Yeah, I guess I forgot. You did didn't you do a couple of missionary trips too?
Yeah, I did one. I did one in Guatemala. I did one in Costa Rica. I also went back to Costa Rica as a vacation, but yeah, I did one in Costa Rica, and then I did one in Guatemala.
Okay.
Both of those were awesome.
God, I didn't realize how much traveling you've done.
Yeah, I think I've been to 8 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, baby numbers compared to some people, but
yeah, well, also big numbers compared to others.
yeah. That's
So,
fair.
I've been as far east as Iowa, as far south as Texas.
Yeah.
But I've seen pretty much all the east or all the west coast. I've been to
Yeah.
Seattle and
How many states have you been to?
like I said, I think I've been to most of them.
A good portion of them.
On this half of the.
Yeah.
Like I said, the furthest east I've been to Iowa, Minnesota, both Dakotas, Idaho, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Oregon. I'd like to go see Portland there, but I'd like to go see some Oregon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to Seattle, and then California. I went to San Diego.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more Northern California would be cool.
Yeah.
Been to Vegas. Been to. I mostly shoot for cities, not states.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, just went to San Antonio. Been to Austin before. And then Phoenix a couple times. I love Phoenix.
Phoenix is great. It's hot, but it's great.
It's hot. But yeah, it's mostly that. Like Minnesota, I've been to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It's usually sports related if
Yeah.
I'm going anywhere, but
or concert related.
yeah. So, like I said, I shoot for cities more than states.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go to. I'd love to see Florida and
Yeah.
New York. Like I'd like to do like a New England tour, like
Yeah.
up in that area.
Northeast, yeah.
Boston, Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Washington.
I was up there for my 8th grade trip, and
Mm.
I saw a bunch of those. Saw like several different places, but yeah, seeing like Arlington National Cemetery and some of those big monuments like the Lincoln Memorial or the Washington Monument. Those things are cool to see. I've been to California one time, but it was San Diego. Been to Texas a couple times. I think I've been to something like 38 states.
Damn.
But most of the ones I haven't been to are like a lot of the flyover ones. I actually dated a girl in Ohio, so I have seen like Kentucky, Illinois, Ohio, and some of those other ones. But some of the like middle ones and like the deep south, like Louisiana and Mississippi, I haven't been to any of those, or Florida or anything like that. But
Did you attempt to move down to Texas at one point?
yeah, so I actually had an apartment down there. I had a job down there. I went to, because I was going to move just north of Austin in Round Rock, or just near Austin in Round Rock. We went down there for a couple weeks and checked out San Antonio, Austin, which is a great area.
Mm-hmm.
I got an apartment down there. I'd signed the lease and everything. I got a job down there. They're ready for me. 2 weeks before I was supposed to leave, my truck blew up. So I had nothing to drive. I had no way of getting down there. So I canceled my truck, or canceled my apartment, and canceled my job. And by the time I was ready to go down there again, COVID hit. So,
well, I look at that as a sign.
Yeah.
Like something was telling you.
Well, because keeping me here, I would have been in some gnarly shit down there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, there's, for one, the homeless population is insane in Austin right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a lot of riots going on there. The homeless population. I guess they had a bunch of weather stuff. I mean, there's hurricanes sometimes, but there was a lot of stuff going down. But
yeah, it seems like, I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
And that seems almost too coincidental.
Yeah.
For all that to
Right.
transpire.
Yeah.
Well, and like I was supposed to, I had it planned to move down to Denver at one point.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And then my uncle passed away, so that kept me here. And then I got this house, and I was like, this is too good of an opportunity for me to just say fuck it to.
Yeah.
So I decided to stay, and I am super happy I did.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think I wouldn't have enjoyed my time down there.
Right.
Same time, it's like the older I get, the more I'm like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
Because I can't do a big city. I don't think I could live there. I like visiting.
Yeah.
But by the end of my vacations, I'm like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Like Vegas, I can handle 3 or 4 days. Anything longer than that, I'm done.
Dude, I had some
don't
friends
wanna be there any
that
longer.
went down there for a week. I'm like, a week? Are you fucking
thanks.
nuts? Do you have $1 million?
Yeah.
Because I'm dead
Everything's so
broke.
expensive.
Yeah.
Like a bottle of water is like $14.
Yes. Because that's like their biggest commodity. It's so hard to
Yeah.
come by.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a drink. I remember buying one of those fucking stupid tall drinks.
Yeah.
It's like $25.
Yeah.
This sucks, dude.
Yeah, I went to a club in Vegas, ordered a Jack and Coke, single shot Jack and Coke, and it was like $18.
Yeah.
I was like, this is nuts, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they can charge it because people pay it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Where else are you gonna go?
Right.
You're not gonna come to Vegas and not drink.
Right.
And it's like your hotel gives you a free breakfast or something. It's like, oh, whoop-de fucking do. The cheapest thing here.
Yeah.
The breakfast at the hotel.
Yeah.
Where'd you stay when you went down there?
Last time I stayed at the Excalibur.
Okay.
I also stayed at the Mandalay Bay. Was actually the last time I stayed there.
Really?
The time before that was Excalibur.
I always asking which hotels because
Yeah.
I've only been to we only stayed at Treasure Island.
Yeah.
And then we we went to all the other ones. It's like I try and like feel like which ones would be fun to stay at.
Yeah, I feel like each hotel is a different vibe.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like it almost gives you a different Vegas experience based on where you stay.
I love the Venetian.
Yeah,
That's where I'd want to stay.
yeah,
Spendy though.
yeah. Same as Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, it's awesome, but you're
Yeah.
paying for what you're getting.
Yeah,
I like the New York too.
yeah.
That's a cool little spot.
Nice little roller coaster.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but
Yeah,
it's right by the T-Mobile too.
yeah.
Next time I go to Vegas, I'm going to a fight. Like, there's
Yeah.
no doubt.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I've never been to a UFC fight, and I'd
Yeah.
love to go.
Actually, last time I went to Vegas, I stayed at the Mandalay Bay, and this was like right after that Vegas shooting,
Oh,
where
shit.
that guy shot out of the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
And we were literally like 5 rooms over and like 2 floors above that room. And they at that time, this was like 2 months after that shooting happened, something like that, and they weren't letting anybody on that floor at all.
Wow.
So, and you know, we basically our room basically had the same perspective as the shooter, and it's a fucking far distance.
Yeah.
Like it's a ways away.
Well, everything's so far there.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of conspiracies with that, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got my own opinions about it for sure, but yeah.
I forgot about that one, too.
Yeah. That was a gnarly one.
Uh-huh.
But I think it is cool. I think it's kind of cool flying in and out of Vegas, because you know you see this strip of lights and then like some exterior lights, and then the rest is just desert.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's just like tiny little strip in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's like nobody's sleeping there. Everybody's just drunk,
Partying.
just a bunch of drunks in a.
It's just like, yeah, debauchery galore.
Oh yeah. Vegas is fun though.
You go to Fremont ever?
Doses. Yeah, I did go to.
I love Fremont.
Yeah, I actually went. When I went to Fremont, there was one of those street performers. You know, there's always the street performers doing dances or doing the mime
Taking
thing.
pictures and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and one of the street performers was like, "You should come down here. You should just hold out a hat. People would give you money because you're so fucking tall."
Yeah, some of those guys are on stilts. It's like, I don't need them.
Yeah, yeah. Fremont's a good time. And then we went to like old Vegas, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and we went to like a pool party there, and honestly, it was kind of sketch. Like,
Really?
Yeah. It gave me weird vibes for sure. But I mean it was fun, but
Last time I was down there, I think I got asked if I wanted to buy cocaine 8 times.
yeah.
Just people,
fair.
hey, you want some coke?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm a Pepsi guy. But thanks.
It reminds me of that meme. It's like, "Hey, can I get a Pepsi?" And they're like, "No, we have Coke." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take a gram of that and a Pepsi."
I like that. That's funny.
But
Okay, well, actually, I can't believe I almost forgot to even ask you about this. I mean, it seems so cliche to even ask, but we got to talk about
okay.
being 7 feet tall.
Okay, absolutely.
And I did, whatever. More than anything, I just want to. So here's what's funny. I always said, if I asked myself, would I rather be 3 feet tall or 7 feet tall? 100%, I would rather be 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Let me hear your reasoning as to why you'd rather be 7 feet, or why somebody would want to be 7 feet at all.
I guess when I think about being short, like being like 3 feet tall, I feel like there's so many more disadvantages.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you really can't do as a 7 foot tall person. I mean, everything's a little bit more, what's the word? Inconvenient.
Yeah.
As far as like clothing, right? Am I right about
Yeah.
clothing, doorways,
Yeah.
things like that? But other than that, it's a lot more inconvenient as a
Yeah. I
being
would agree.
small. Like driving is more difficult.
Yeah.
Just everyday like things.
Yeah.
Trying to get up on things.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say there's a lot of things that people don't think about that height plays a factor in.
Sure.
Being normal height. Like, there's obviously the world is built for normal sized people. And, clothes are difficult to find. Like, I buy all my jeans from Buckle because they have my size, and I I enjoy wearing them.
Well, and generally it's more expensive too, right? Like shoes and stuff.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna buy shoes, I either have to buy them online, or I have to go, like if I'm out of town, like going on a trip somewhere, I'll hit up an outlet mall and see if there's shoes in my size that I like.
Sure.
But like Ross has shoes my size, but they're all like white New Balances or like basketball shoes.
Stuff you don't want.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to wear that every day, but I would agree. I would rather be 7 foot.
100%.
100%.
Well, also there's like a power thing of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people are like, "Damn, dude!" Like,
yeah.
And I would rather have people be like, "This is gonna sound cruel, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but people. It seems like when you're taller, yes, you get a lot of attention on you, but it's not bad attention.
Right.
It's not like, what are people gonna do? Make fun of you? It's like I crush you.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're smaller, I feel like there's like a stigma, and it's like a negative one.
Yeah.
Of like helplessness.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's not maybe.
I think you're definitely more prone to be
picked on or
bullied or made fun of if you're small. I will say I do enjoy the attention. There was a time in my life where like I was in like high school. I think I was like a junior in high school. I was like that year I grew from 6'5" to 6'8". Yeah. And like I was super lanky, still growing into my body. I'm like trying to learn how to be this tall. And I would say, what is your perspective as to what like really tall is? Like there's tall, which is like above 6 foot, but like what's significantly tall to you?
If it's like a noticeable height, I would say probably 6'8".
Yeah.
Like I've known people who are like 6'6", and it's not like crazy.
Yeah.
But like I guess 6'7", 6'8", that's when you're like, damn, okay.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
You're noticeably tall.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like
6'6" is pretty tall.
Yeah, that's pretty tall. 6'7", 6'8", you're starting to get, you don't see a lot of those.
It's like it's abnormally tall.
Yeah, I agree. I would say, I do enjoy the attention, but there are some times in some cases, especially like in bars or something like that, where people have something to prove. They're like, I'm going to pick on the biggest guy because he's.
Well, it's like, it's funny because like then everyone has short man syndrome.
Yeah.
Because everyone's the shortest guy in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, and I enjoy making jokes about it. There was a time in my life where, I started to get real tall and people talk to me about it all the time and
how's the weather up there?
Yeah, stuff like that. And it started to make me bitter, and I started to become an asshole. And then I started, like, as I got taller and taller, I was like, one, this is never going to change. I'm going to be tall for the rest of my life.
You just got to embrace it.
Yeah.
And just be who you are.
Yeah. And so, if I let that stuff like that, one, it's not going to change. If I let that stuff bother me, I'm going to be a bitter asshole for the rest of my life because it's not going to stop. Like, why not enjoy it? Why not use it? Because I can go in public, people will start conversations with me. Like, what opportunity? Like, when does somebody have that opportunity that people just start conversations with them just because of some trivial thing? Right. Like I make friends everywhere I go because I'm tall.
It's
like,
an easy icebreaker.
Yeah, 100%. And I enjoy making jokes about it. A lot of my jokes are the same jokes I tell to everybody, but people think they're hilarious because they've never heard them before.
Right.
I say I'm 5'24" when people ask me how tall I am.
That's good.
And they think it's hilarious. I mean, it is funny, but I use that joke all the time, and people think it's hilarious. But
this is a good one to have in the pocket.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. I will say there's one thing that bothers me, one comment, and that's how's the weather up there?
Oh God,
it's the worst.
Well,
one.
yeah, I even just said it. It's like because it's the obvious thing to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's just more of like a joking hate it, but
because you've heard it your whole life,
yeah,
or however long you've heard it.
Well, and there's certain things that I don't mind people coming up to me and asking me about my height or asking me questions. A lot of them, they know that I get it a lot, which is fine. I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy, because you don't see 7-footers everywhere, you know. And I get it; it's a novelty thing. And I think my friends get more annoyed with it than I do.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Because like we'll go out in public and people are staring at me and they're like, "He's 7 feet tall," or they're like, they'll say, "I'm 5'10". Thanks for asking, or something like
That's
that.
funny too, though.
Yeah, but yeah, I think my friends, when you spend enough time around me, you just become used to it.
Well, I wonder if they get like annoyed for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If they're just like being defensive of you.
Yeah,
like they feel like they need to, have your back or something. But I don't know. Maybe they just generally are annoyed because it happens so much.
Yeah.
Like, all right, but you deal with it more, so it's like
it's just common.
It's easy for them to get annoyed because
yeah,
you get it more than they do. So it's like when they're around you, it's just the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But there are a few things that you can't do being tall. How much do you think I weigh?
I have a hard time with this. I would say probably like 250.
That's a close guess. It's a lot closer than some people get. I've had people guess like 185. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm not.
That's how much I weigh.
I'm not 6 foot.
Yeah, that's how much I weigh.
Yeah. So I weigh 275, 280, around there. But there are certain things you can't do. Like I try to go skydiving in Three Forks.
Oh,
there's a weight limit. Or like, there's a minimum height for roller coasters. Not a lot of people know this, but there's a maximum height too.
Yeah.
So on some of them at least. But last time I went to Silverwood, I was like crouching in the line so I could get on the roller coasters. But yeah, I mean, there are certain things, but I would definitely say that the positives far outweigh the negatives.
I would say so.
So
you can dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too. Like being 7 foot, you're an automatic shoo-in for a basketball team.
Yeah.
Like you're an automatic, even not just that, but any sports.
Right.
Like most.
Oh, it's a huge advantage. Like once you get out of that uncoordinated like growing phase.
Yeah.
Like once you can like start to manage your limbs and become coordinated, you have a huge advantage in athletics.
100%.
In high school, I was growing so fast. People ask me, when was your growth spurt? My entire life was a growth spurt. But like in high school, I was growing so fast, and I was super skinny. I think my freshman year I was like 6'3", weighed 135 pounds. Like I was tiny, tall but tiny, and super uncoordinated. So I didn't really get good at sports until like my junior and then senior year. But yeah, I think that was the reason I didn't go further in sports, because I was focused on other things. I was focused on the Naval Academy at the time and stuff like that. But people ask me like, why aren't you playing in the NBA? I'm like, well, if I would have known I was going to be 7 foot, I probably would have pursued it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, when did it really take off? Like your junior year?
Yeah. When I started to slow down growing, I guess, I hit 6'8", and then I grew about an inch a year every year after that until college, basically.
Didn't you tell me one time that what high school did you go to?
Senior high.
Yeah. Didn't you tell me that the coach said that they didn't want you couldn't make the team because like you hadn't been on the team or
right? Well, in high school I did track, swimming, and those are basically my two big ones.
Okay.
And I swam all 3 years, and then senior year I was like 6'8", 6'9". I was 6'9" by the time I graduated, but I was like, I'm tall. Maybe I should try out for the basketball team.
Yeah.
So I was like, worst comes to worst, I'll just go back to swimming if I hate basketball. But so I tried out for the basketball team, and they're like, after, they're weeding everybody out or cutting people, they brought a group of us in. They're like, they talked to me. They're like, we see a ton of potential in you. You've got the fundamentals, stuff like that. You've got a bunch of potential, but you have no cohesion with the team because you haven't played, the first 3 years. Everybody else has been playing together for 4 years. I was like, that's a stupid reason to cut somebody.
That seems absolutely insane to me. How many 6'9"? You would you say 6'9"?
Yeah.
How many 6'9" people do you think they ever get on a basketball team here?
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Right.
It's like at that height, they just, all you really need to do is be the defensive aspect of the team. Like, get
Literally,
down low.
I'll just block shots and rebound. Like,
get down low, get the rebound, and then just like make easy layups.
Yeah.
Like, those are easy points. It blew my mind when you told me that, because like, just the center. You're the center. Like,
and you know what's even funnier is he said, I have no cohesion with the team. I've literally been going to school with everybody on the team for 4 years.
Right.
Like, granted, I haven't played with them on a team, but I know them very well.
right.
So it just didn't make sense to me.
An absolute absurdity that would even be a thing. That they
Yeah.
wouldn't. If I'm a high school coach and I see anybody above 6'5", I'm like, you're on the team.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally.
We'll
NBA,
make it work.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
You're literally NBA height.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on the basketball team.
Yeah.
Foolish.
Yeah.
And most kids who play on a high school basketball team are average height, like 5'8",
Yeah.
5'10", not 5'8", but probably like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
That's tiny compared to 6'9".
Yeah. Well, and a lot of NBA players aren't that tall. There's
Right.
a lot of them that are 6'9" or taller, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them are 5'10" to 6'4".
Yeah. 6'3" is like normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
6'3", 6'4", and then like, I think average height is probably 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
But still, like,
Yeah.
you're literally as tall as like Shaq,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I think Shaq's 7'2".
He is. But okay, the way NBA players are measured are measured with their shoes on and then round up.
Yeah.
Me being 7 foot is with no shoes on.
Right.
So
They would probably get you
Yeah.
at like 7'1" or something.
yeah,
like that.
something like that. But yeah, so but I mean, even in college, like I was just going to see a friend play volleyball, one of the volleyball games, and the head basketball coach for MSU stopped me in the hallway. I was walking by myself to the game, and he stopped me in the hallway. He's like, "Do you play for MSU?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "You should. We have tryouts next week. Please show up." And I never did because I was, focused on school and stuff like that. I didn't really
It just
wanna
wasn't
play
your
with-
passion. Like, that's
Right.
another thing. Is like, you gotta kind of want to do
Well,
it.
and it probably would have been if I started earlier, but I also
Right.
didn't know I was going to be 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
So
See, that fucking high school basketball coach could have
Yeah.
derailed a NBA career for you. I don't know.
I could be making millions right now.
Right? Like, just play a couple of years. Even if you don't like it, it's just like, play a couple of years, make some cash, and then go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But no, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, you got to be kind of passionate about it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I might have been passionate if I started earlier.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not
Bitter
upset with
about it.
Yeah. But
You still school anybody on a freaking playground.
yeah. I mean, I will play pickup games and stuff like that, but yeah, there's just other sports I'd rather play.
Yeah.
But
Right on. So yeah, I know I was gonna say I've seen. Where did you go? And like there was a bunch of people taking pictures with you.
literally everywhere I go.
Right, but there was a bunch of Asian people.
Oh, Thailand.
It was Thailand. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if I charged for pictures when I was in Thailand especially, but I mean everywhere, but Thailand especially, if I charged for pictures when I was in Thailand, I literally could have paid for my trip. Like if
God,
I would
you
have charged like
almost
$5
should.
a picture, dude, literally I could have paid for my entire trip. Like there's like we were in like the Buddha Palace or something like that, and there's a video of this on my dad's Facebook or something like that. But this tiny Asian lady walked up to me, and she was with her mom or a friend or whatever, and she has to take a picture with me. Speaks basically no English, and she like motion picture. I was like, sure, I'll take a picture with you. So they're taking pictures of me, and then the next one grabs the camera, and the other one goes and takes a picture with me. And then, another person walks up and takes a picture with me. And before I know it, there's a line of Thai people trying to take a picture with me. I was like, all right, I gotta go.
Do you think they thought you were like an NBA player?
They probably did. A big white American boy,
Yeah.
taking pictures. But I think I'm like the perfect anomaly in Thailand.
Right.
One, I'm white.
Yeah.
2, I'm huge. And 3, I have a beard. Nobody in Thailand has beards.
Right.
So I'm like the ultimate like freak to them.
Oh God.
So
Well, it's just I wouldn't say freak. I would just say somebody like just you're not
Yeah, they've never seen somebody like that before.
Yeah, you're just somebody different that they've
Yeah.
never seen in every aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So even if they didn't actually think that you were somebody famous or
Yeah.
anything, but it was just like,
I don't think they cared either.
yeah, right. It's just like, we don't see this every day.
Yeah. I mean, even people here don't see it every day.
Dude,
you know?
I've been at the bars and seen like girls taking pictures with you, just
Yeah.
like, can we take a picture?
That's another advantage of being tall,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Plus, it's like, you want to see something else big?
What do they say about guys with big shoes?
Yeah.
Big socks. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an advantage socially, and
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
but
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think we could probably get ready to wrap this up.
I'm down.
I always like to end the episode with a positive message or motivational message from the guest. If
Okay.
there's anything that comes to your mind that you want to share with the audience,
Okay.
now's your time.
Yeah, I would say one, enjoy doing stuff with yourself. Like do stuff you love. You know, like we were talking about earlier. Book that plane ticket. Do something you love. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your time. Enjoy being young, because it's not gonna last forever. And use your time off. Don't overwork yourself. Enjoy your time off. You can, if you hate your job, get a new job. If you hate where you live, move. Like, life is hard. So do the things you can, fix the things you can control by making your life enjoyable, because life is constantly changing. Make your life what you want life to be. So
I like what you said earlier about like your life is made one day at a time. It's like your life is made today.
yeah, your life becomes what you do in a day. You know, so yeah. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. Like it's what you do in a day becomes your life, and your habits determine your life. I heard a saying that said, habits determine 90% of your life. Like statistically, your life is 90% made of habits.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make a habit of something, it's going to become your life. So
Right.
Make a habit of doing stuff you love and
Having fun and
being
outgoing, doing stuff.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it. Right on. I think that's a good note to go out on. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And thanks, everybody, for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that. And, of course, don't forget, life's a garden. Dig it.
Dig it.